Share Bear, how are you tonight? Hello, Kathy. Christina. Old boy. Shirley, thank you. Savage, what's up? I'm doing okay. Hey, Marlene. Hi, Omega. How are you doing? Chrissy. Um, well, it's been a long trip for a long time. Worked on a video for y'all today. Am I missing the road? I kind of wanted like some time to be home for a little bit this next like week or so, week or two. Not going far. I'm gonna work on a bunch of videos to put up on the channel. So Georgia was cool. Prison was very interesting. Um, so hello Tracy. Gail, thank you. I know it's pretty cold here too. No, strange. Um, well, guys, I told you I would come on here and I would discuss the paranormal. I want to do at least try to do these maybe a once a week, talk about the paranormal, where you guys can ask me questions about the paranormal, share a story, whatever you'd like. I don't know the abilities on YouTube, but TikTok I do kind of know. Some people can actually come on. Ryan, you should come on and share a story. I know you got plenty. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it was 40 degrees earlier. I hear you. I'm not a fan of the winter. Yeah, these are all documentaries that I've been a part of that are on my wall behind me. The Amityville one has to do with my personal experiences having to do with the Amityville case. Thank you, Lanu. Appreciate you. Nice, Lisa. Hello from Antarctica. It's even colder there, probably. Hello, Amy. How we doing? What would you like to ask, Paul? Somebody was from on Antarctica in the chat. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina right now, so. $1 degrees. Not a fan of that at all. Was I in the show Ghost Loop? Yes, for Travel Channel. That was a show I filmed, a series. We went on the road for 2 months back in 2019. Can't believe how long ago that was. 8 episodes. You can still watch that on Discovery Plus currently. My documentaries that I filmed are on scarenetwork.tv. Just go to the site. I'll show you how to start watching. What made me get into the paranormal? Well, a friend. I was waitering at the time at a restaurant, and he's the biggest skeptic of all. And I wanted him to have an experience, and got him to come out to a local cemetery that had a lure of three women in white that would chase you out of a cemetery. And instead of him having an experience, I had an experience with my first EVP ever of a little girl. Didn't know I had the EVP till the next night when I listened back on my flip phone. There was a little child answering my question in front of a little girl's grave. So 2-3 weeks later, I saw a shadow of a little girl at the corner of my bed. It was even light out as I woke up. And that was really when it all started from there. It was kind of a trigger, so to speak. And now here we are 15 years later. I've published 2 books. I've traveled the country. I've been on TV shows and documentaries. I've done hundreds of investigations all over the place. Changed my life. If I described them, could you identify what I was counting? You can try, Paul. Go for it. What up, Trey? Hello, TRC, Karate Kid. Thank you, Mountain, for the sub. So I'm just trying to, give some informative information in between doing live streams and paranormal investigating for y'all. Because I do have a lot of experience and I can answer some of your questions about the paranormal. Been doing it for a long time. Have I ever been overseas to investigate? No, I have not. I would love to, though. Do I have stuff that follows me home or stick around? Absolutely, all the time. You've gone out for years and never had something. That's surprising to go that long. I mean, what are your methods of going out and searching? Hello from New Zealand. A metallic sea urchin orb that was pulsating was laughing. Well, if it's a ball of energy that's truly, genuinely a spirit, I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. If it's being playful and trying to move something around, I mean, I could only theorize what it may or may not be. A lot of the spirits come in the form of a ball of energy and it could be different colors. The colors, in my opinion, are a representation of what type of energy it is, whether it's like happy, desperate, angry, evil, things of that sort. Hello, Mitchell. I saw a shadow in the middle of my room sometimes, but I'm able to move. I can't tell if it's sleep ghost or... Well, if you're seeing a shadow, it could be. Yes, pork chop. When did I realize I had abilities? Within the first year of investigating the paranormal, I started to have premonitions, dreams, and visitations from spirits. It was like a flip of the switch. As soon as I saw that little girl grave, that little girl spirit communicate with me, it just started to go haywire from there. And it was like I was doing backstrokes and it was just a flip of the switch. Hunter, how we doing? Well, tonight I'm kind of doing a talk about paranormal activity and ghosts. As much as I had weird stuff happen last night. Actually, last night after the stream I did here, with the activity I have happen here, I had my eyes closed, but I saw a shadow of a man standing at my bedroom door. It was kind of weird. I watched, oh, definitely Marlene. I watched your 28 Days Haunted show on Netflix. It was sick. Nice, Mitchell. Yes, that was a series I was a part of, 28 Days Haunted. You can still watch it on Netflix as we speak. Oh, crazy, Sarah. I think I did go to for our elementary school. I think I did. Oh, weird, pork chop. I'll check on it through the website. Again, guys, if you're new to the paranormal, I do typically do paranormal investigations every week. I'm just doing a Q&A about the paranormal. I've been investigating the paranormal for over 15 years this year. So, do you not get scared? Do they use you to communicate, or why do you think they choose you? I am sensitive to spirits. I have medium abilities. I also show a genuine respect to spirits and try to legitimately try to help them. So because of that, I feel like they see that around my aura and they're attracted to me and my energy, and they know that I'm willing to try to help them. It incentivizes them to use their energy to manifest as well as follow me home and try to get help. Have I ever heard about someone being attacked by spirits who use people to bother them? Who also use people to bother them? Are you saying that evil spirits are being sent to you by someone? Is that what you're saying? Have you encouraged a mimic or a demon pretend to be someone? Yes, I've heard my voice mimicked. I've heard my friends' voices mimicked in some of these documentaries. Actually, the one over here, Malefice, both of my friends' voices were mimicked by what I believe to be a demonic spirit. Oh, yeah. Have you ever gone on a ghost tour in Rollins around Shane? No, I've never. No, no. Do spirits use everyone's energy or just certain people with abilities? I don't ever like to yell out use my energy because that gives them permission to use their energy to however they want to, and that's dangerous in my opinion. That's why you'll hear me say during my live investigations, I allowed you to use my energy for my equipment, and sometimes they'll just drain my batteries and make it inconvenient for me too, which you'll see, and maybe you have already in some of my live streams. If they were human spirits on planet Earth, whatever gender they were when they were alive is what they are when they are a ghost, if they have not transitioned into the higher consciousness, in my opinion. I haven't had anything about Amityville happen lately. I actually have right here. I bought this legitimate piece of one of the windows from Amityville Horror House. The real Amityville house is a uh, pick piece from one of the windows. Luckily, I haven't had anything creepy happen, but I've had stuff happen in this house. But I couldn't resist this little one item I do have in my house that could be potentially a haunted item. How do you differentiate between receiving downloads from spirit or your imagination? That's a good question, Mackenzie. So true. Um, I've been to the Conjuring house before, Lindsay. Actually, it's on my channel. You can watch my investigation back from 2020. So Mackenzie, that's why true, real psychics don't want to get information before they go into a location because your rational mind tries to fill in the blanks. So if you don't have that information, and that's where meditation comes in, it's where you can actually um, learn how to block out your mind where you're not being affected by your own self. You want to be able to completely shut down and not think about anything and just receive information, whether it's visually, clairvoyantly, or audibly, which would be clairaudiently, where you can hear the spirits or see the spirits. Susan, it's meditation for sure. Oh, definitely TRC. I've seen images in my mind's eye from the past. I'm able to give detailed description. What is this called? I also have dreams of things before they happen. That's premonitions, which I was just talking about. Um, and then clairvoyance. When you're able to see imagery behind your eyelids, that's considered clairvoyance. How can you tell when someone is for real? As in what? Like experiencing something in their home or someone else is that sensitive? Is it possible to for entities to attach to a person after I divorced my ex? It's possible, Shannon. Things can kind of follow you from location to location if they're incentivized or if they're inspired in any ways or if they're attracted to your energy. I hear things everywhere where I go. I get extremely expected. I have had my negativity my whole life. When you're sensitive to spirits, things will happen around you from time to time throughout your life. You're activated and spirits know it. It's why they go towards children. They're fresh from the spirit world and they're going to go and try to get their message across to anyone that's sensitive. And children are the easiest because they have not been contaminated by the rational perspectives that we try to hammer into their impressionable minds. Do you believe ghosts are our loved ones that have passed away, or are they just demons pretending? In my opinion, Crystal, and it's not just opinion, it's from my firsthand experience because I know there are some beliefs of Christianity that everything's demons. I do not believe that. There are demonic spirits that pretend to be your loved ones. They will play games, but there are human spirits that are in like kind of like a purgatorial state that are stuck and they do ask for prayer. And if you do watch my live streams, you'll see that actually happen over and over again. Um, but there is a combination of those. And my father passed away 3 years this past October, and I've had him actually come through the spirit box. And I had a feeling because I have an intuitive ability that I actually felt like a positive, true feeling with that, and I knew it was my father and not something trying to trick me. But you have to be objective, you have to be careful, and I would not suggest using paranormal devices to try to communicate with your loved ones because it's very tricky. You really don't know who you're speaking with. It's you got to be super careful. Is it possible for you to see other people's loved ones when you walk past them? Yes, Mitchell, it's happened to me. Yep. How do you identify which is which? As in what, Paul? A human spirit or a demonic spirit? If I go into a person's home, I would disseminate the activity. If I truly believed it to be a demonic type spirit and a demonic haunting, which would be considered a demonic infestation, where they have permission to manifest in the environment, they were invited in somehow. And then there would be the oppression, the psychological breakdown of the individual. That's how they attack them. And ultimately, rarely, would be possession. There would be things like foul smells without any rational explanation with it, scratching on the walls, the sound of that. Um, there could be mockery of the Holy Trinity with 3 scratches, 3 knocks. There's an assortment of stuff that I'd be looking through, and on top of my own intuitive ability on how to disseminate that ultimately and how I would proceed, how to help the people in the home, whether I'd be blessing the home just to deal with the human spirits, or I would be doing an exorcism ritual on the house to displace the inhuman element that's in the environment of the family that's enduring that. I cannot do an exorcism on a person that's supposed to be a priest, but I can do exorcism ritual on a house, a location for an infestation. Do cats react to spirits or just ignore them? Yes, they do, and so do dogs. You'll see them look in the corner and not see anything, and they can definitely. You have to understand is that you can't teach an animal that ghosts aren't real, so they'll react to see things. It's kind of like autistic children have a natural abilities. They can't compensate and have a deeper understanding about ghosts, so they don't lose that natural gift that most of us have as children. That we lose that natural gift because of how we're brought up, taught that those things aren't real. Crystal, thank you. Jackie, what's up? Thank you, Johnny. I do a closing prayer. Yes, I do every time. Team Sonic, how you doing? Yes, cats and dogs absolutely are sensitive to spirits, in my opinion. 100%. Randy, how we doing? Thank you again, Crystal. Did you ever get the feeling you've walked into someone like they like have to stop abruptly, like an energy clash? Yeah, I mean, I felt things like that. Are you saying that's probably happened to you? Oh, I'm good. A little tired, but was traveling for like 2 months. Um, Something that happens to me is that when I was walking through my hall to the stairs, I saw the shadow with the cowboy hat on. I still feel like I'm watched sometimes, but he's nice. Well, that's good, Danny. You would definitely know if meant harm. You'd feel it, I'm sure. Have I ever seen the Hat Man? I've had some visions of the Hat Man, yes. Red glowing eyes and wearing a hat. We had a shadow blot out the lights of our Christmas tree, and then the lights of the kitchen moved fast and was quickly. How do you classify the apparitions? Is it demonic? Just because it's a shadow and it's flickering your lights does not mean it's demonic. It could be a human spirit. Hey, Caleb Barrett. Oh, damn, Marlene. Yeah, they'll growl and they'll stare at nothing. Um, sure, Christian. Of course. Did I find out who's haunting the Conjuring house? A bunch of different things. It's got an assortment of different things going on there. Do you know Indian paranormal investigator? Uh, I know shamans that are paranormal investigators, but not like a true Indian one. How can you attract ghosts or not recommended? Well, heck is what's going on. Engaging spirits and trying to acknowledge them. Acknowledgement is profound element in the paranormal. That's they will be attracted to acknowledgement. It makes them feel like they're alive. It gives them energy. It's kind of like a law of attraction. So when you seek them out, they will try to seek you out as well. Good, bad, and ugly ones. um, a long time ago, I went and did a shaman ceremony with a shaman to open my third eye and something like that. And then it was a deer man with a child's voice. I was terrified. It sounds like a Wendigo spirit because that's typical of the Native American culture. Anyone can be haunted, Christian. Doesn't matter what faith. Hey, B3, how we doing? Yes, had something in the house. Energy would change in the room. I know it was watching me. I've twice had the experience in my hall, like it walked into someone. Yeah, you know, you can feel the energy change in a room, the environment for sure. I haven't been to the Amityville house. I went by it maybe 2, 3 months, 3 months ago. Can demons hear our thoughts? Not if they, unless they have permission to. Um, that's all you, Jackie. There is a story about Bathsheba being a myth. I really don't know much about that. Yes, they would bark or meow and stare, and their head would kind of look around the room, and there's nothing there when it comes to animals. I don't know if I have clairvoyant abilities. I get random vivid visuals. I thought it was imagination. Um, you know, when I met Lorraine Warren from the movie The Conjuring franchise, the real Lorraine Warren, she told me to write down stuff on a notebook when I was starting to have a spiritual awakening. I think that's really important, even if you just open a note app on your phone and just write down what you see, whether it's a dream or a vision. It could make sense later, and you could piece it together to realize whether or not it's something spiritually related or not. I have heard an Aztec death whistle. Yes. I have not been to Virginia City. No. Is every place haunted? It seems like everywhere I've had is ghosts. I'm sure there's spirits and ghosts everywhere, but I feel like more places are really, truly haunted rather than just being able to pick up some random spirit. Tim says, Sean, if your house is haunted, what's the first thing that you will know if your house is haunted? If I walk into a place, Tim, I'll have my body will react in certain ways. I'll feel pressure in my chest. I'll get a headache. I'll have anxiety. My blood will crawl, and I will get impressions because being sensitive to it. Near-death experiences definitely can heighten your spiritual abilities. 100%. What do I do? Because I watched Sam and Kobe vid, and they were showing haunted dolls, and ever since I looked them, I've been sick mentally and physically. You know, Danny, I try to say this to the families that I do try to help when I go into their homes, try to help them. Now, are evil spirits capable of doing some pretty nasty stuff? Yes. But in my opinion, I do not like to walk the thin line of acknowledging evil spirits and giving it credit for something that it may not be responsible for, you know, health issues and things like that, because you're actually giving something energy when it wasn't responsible potentially, and you may be giving it energy to do so and further that. So I don't like to actually like, you know, it's very easy to try to blame that on something because you got creeped out by something, and it's a very slippery slope. So I always try to tell people to be careful of that. I don't like to focus on that, like, oh, the evil spirit's doing everything that's bad that's happened to me, and that you kind of trap yourself emotionally, psychologically, to the point where it can get worse from there. Did you ever get that free millimeter someone off? No, not that one. Hack this, no. Though that would have been interesting. Guys, I appreciate giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for tapping on screen, sharing it out. Are spirits who feed off fear always evil, even if they're human or not demonic? I would just consider them negative spirits. If they feed off negative energy, then they're a negative spirit, whether they're human or not human spirits. It's a law of attraction type of deal. Again, they can amplify any sort of negative emotion within any of us, and they can feed off that. So they would want to put you in that oppressive state so they can keep getting energy from that to do whatever they ultimately want to do, whatever type of spirit it is. Joan Walter, so how do you know if you have something attached to you? Well, I think the most important thing is to be objective about your emotions, because these things can telepathically throw words and emotions onto you to the point where you feel like they are your emotions or your words and your thoughts, to the point where ultimately bad things can happen to yourself or others that you care about. So that's where it's super important to be objective about things, especially if you know that you were around something, or if you were engaging spirits or involved with something that was spiritually related or occult like, or anything that, you know, If you went to a place you feel like there was stuff going on paranormal wise. I have been to Salem, Massachusetts a few times, Marlene. Hey, Amanda. Yes, it does. I'm just kind of zoning out. Now, mind you, guys, I just posted a video on the channel on the YouTube with my investigation inside the Warren Occult Museum, and we were using our SPI software in front of the real Annabelle doll. So please go over there, check the video out, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It's about a 15-minute video. I'll be posting more investigations on the channel. With some of the crazy investigations I did in the last couple months, and I'll edit it together and label all the evidence, and you end up capturing a lot more evidence than you guys saw in the live stream. So definitely go over and check it. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Marlene. Yep, Amityville. That's my number one house. I'd love to be locked in there. I actually slept over in the Pine Barrens, Mitchell, in a tent, and I had a really creepy experience. I did not sleep at all. It was not fun. On my YouTube, Grandma Vate, click the link in my TikTok profile. It'll take you right there, or just type in Sean Austin Paranormal. It'll pop right up my channel. You'll see what I just put up. Tina says she tried the SPI app in my bedroom. Several names are coming through that I don't recognize. You say it's from the past. What could they be? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know your history or what's going on around you. Is there dangers of using spirit box apps? Any sort of engagement of spirits with your intention to open up the doorway to communicate with spirits is risque. It's a risk. That is, the bottom line. That's why I always tell people, like, oh, the Ouija board at the Toys R Us, and Milton Bradley doesn't sell a dangerous thing. Okay, we got to get this straight, is that it's not just the Ouija board. We're not talking about just the Ouija board. It's you. It's you. If I took a paper towel right now and wrote numbers and letters on a paper towel and had a pint glass, and my intent was to energize that inanimate object with the intent to open up a doorway and to move with the spirit, in my opinion, is like inadvertently allowing the spirit to channel through you. That is where the danger really lies. We underestimate what we can do with our intention. Intention is a very profound element in the paranormal. So it doesn't have to be the one that's in Toys R Us, the Milton Bradley. You could be writing on anything with that intention, with any object. Have you ever investigated where the legend of LA started? No, I have not. Past lives, definitely believer in that, Debbie. Hello from Hawaii, our Vic. Hello from New Zealand, Ryan. What does it mean when the ghost that's in my home every time he's near, my anxiety goes? You might be feeling the anxiety of the spirit, or you could be feeling the type of spirit that's around. But I feel that type of same feeling as well. Why are human spirits so restricted in communication? I think there's lots of different levels of spirits and what they're capable of doing. It's not just one answer, Kaylin. I think there's spirits that can hear us but can't see us. Some can see and hear us. Some don't know that they're actually passed away. I think there's so many different versions of them. So all we can do is theorize. But I definitely believe it's very deep and layered. Sean, should people who are not educated first about the paranormal be doing paranormal investigations? I'm worried some people are doing this. That should not be. I do not recommend that. That's why I always tell people to go out and read some books, regarding the pioneers of the time in the paranormal field when it wasn't cool to be a ghost hunter, where you could actually learn about, what can actually happen, how you can actually get yourself into trouble, and formulate some sort of spiritual foundation to make sure that you're protected if you decide to take that risk and investigate the paranormal. Because that's what I did. I wonder what can be in the Pine Barrens. It was definitely demonic what was with me in the Pine Barrens. We captured something on infrared. It even looked like the Jersey Devil. Go singing with me in duet. They whisper and talk to me. Nice. Thank you, Jordan, for the sub. I appreciate you. I once was awakened by a voice in my ear saying my name, and then an erratic orb was clear. And a lot of spirits like to come to you when you're sleeping, when you're in meditative state. Your subconscious is awake, your rational mind is asleep. These things know this, they're opportunistic. They know you're most sensitive and open to the spirit world, so they're going to try to get their message across to you during that time period. Do I worry about getting attachments when ghost hunting? I don't worry about it, but I'm aware that it can happen. Have you had an experience with spirits on an elevator? Well, an elevator, like, yes, Paul. Broke down one night in my old apartment. It never happened to anybody else but me, and I had a lot of activity in my old apartment too in Connecticut. Um, Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up to some of these because I got two streams going. Have you ever? I have a spirit that shows himself now and then. Yes, Timothy. Um, yes, I've been investigating the paranormal this year. It's 15 years. I want to go some, but I don't think I could bring myself to do it because the last time I had a panic attack that lasted a while because I saw a clear face on the infrared cam. Well, it's not for everybody. I totally understand your fear of it. I have a spirit puppy who shows himself now and then. Okay. Paranormal voyages. How we doing? Spirits can definitely control your dreams, influence your dreams to give you nightmares or messages, and actually make this whole like a whole environment subconsciously into like a movie playing out. Uh, I don't know if I have any mods in the chat that can put the link, but if you go to the Apple Store and just type in SPI or Spirit Phone Innovations, it'll pop up. Brent asks, I want to ask you, was there a high amount of energy in the Ouija Museum? Yes, there definitely was. I feel like some of that stuff is following us for a little bit too. Yeah, there's over 100 Ouija boards in that museum. I'm putting that video together. I'll be posting that up in the channel too. Here's the link, guys. If you want to check out the software, it's pinned in the chat. It'll be coming out on Android sometime later this year. Jenica, thank you so much. You ever watch the ND interviews on YouTube? So many people or demons get dragged to hell and have to beg Jesus for help. Yes, I've watched a bunch of them. Heck, this very fascinating. I actually, my first paranormal conference, I met a very nice gentleman. He told me a very crazy story that I'll never forget. This gentleman had a problem with addiction. His wife didn't know. And then one night he woke up in a DURG house and he started to over DOSE. And the whole house filled up with shadows. And the next thing you know, he was in this fiery, burning place. There were 15-foot creatures whipping everybody. The smell of sulfur was so putrid. And he said in this one instance, he felt like he was in hell for an eternity. Now, that's very profoundly, disturbing and unfathomable. But there is no time conception in the spirit world. Past, present, future are all the same thing. The only reason why time affects us in this world, that's where our bodies actually age, but energy never dies. So where's our energy go? But this gentleman explained that there was a donkey-like creature biting him on one side and like a goat-like creature scratching me on the other. And he started to pray in this moment. And then out of nowhere, this big hand came out of the sky, pulled him out, and he woke up. He ran back home. And, when he woke up the next day, he had a bite mark on one side and scratch marks on the other. And then for weeks, his wife was complaining that he reeked of sulfur. And he became a changed man. And he wrote a book about his near death experience. I'll never forget that story when he told me that. I thought that was really wild. Was there anything new that you learned from the Annabelle's experience that we didn't see in the video? Debbie, thank you. Lots of updates coming for it too. Do I wear a cross to protect myself? This is my St. Michael pendant I wear around my neck. It's been blessed by the relic of the true cross. Anything it touches is considered a third-class relic, so it's typically on my neck 100% of the time. Yes, I do have medium abilities. Can the demons or any other entities from your show following the people watching? No, you're good, Lori Pitts. Paranormal investigator. I am from Maritius. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. A castle. Interesting, Jordan. I've never heard of that place. Again, guys, if you're new for any reason, make sure to give me a sub or a follow. Appreciate giving this video a thumbs up. Definitely, Debbie. The serpent keeps showing up in your investigation. Will you be able to sever that tie? It comes and goes. I don't know. I've had evil spirits sit around, hang around for years. They don't exactly give up. And since I'm constantly opening up the door and investigating the paranormal, I think it makes it a little harder to let those things go because I'm going to more places. And to be honest with you, since I go to all these places and pray for spirits, these things get so freaking pissed. You know, I mean, it's like you're taking souls away from the devil because they want human souls to be suffering. So, you know, not exactly getting them any more happy with me, so to speak. I appreciate you all, guys. Let's see if we can get to 100 thumbs up. Please, guys, go check out the Annabelle video I just posted um, on the channel. I literally just posted just before. Leave a comment. Give it a thumbs up. Dogman experiences. Interesting, Sean. Cryptids are interesting, too. What does it mean when someone's voice sounds differently while they are sleep talking? I don't know. There could be a spirit channeling to that person. Could be maybe a few different answers to that. I'm in Vegas. A lot of spirits here. No pun intended. The ghost history is very alive here. Yep. Yeah, I've been to Vegas. I went to Zach Bagans Museum. It's very haunted. I had visions and dreams about that place before and after going. Love to go back. Newbie, welcome. Appreciate you. Make sure you give me a sub. If you're in the paranormal, guys, I'll be doing some more paranormal investigating this week, throughout the week. It's going to be like cold and icy tomorrow, so maybe I'll just do another stream here tomorrow night. But I'm also going to be editing videos of live streams with interviews and footage you haven't seen, melding it together into episodes for my channel on YouTube. So make sure that you're following or give me a sub. Have you ever gone to the Axe Murder House in Iowa? No, it's on my list, Lisa, though. You're talking about Villisca. Yes, I've been to Goatman's Bridge. We actually filmed a documentary about it, Tim. I've been to some crybaby bridges. Bubba, what's going on? How many demon houses are there? There's a lot, just like urban legends. There's a lot of demon this and devil that and all sorts of stuff all throughout the country. I figure I was just kind of doing a chat, but maybe I can sit here and do a couple EVPs after I chat for a little while. I'm going to take a night off because I've done so much investigating. Baltimore, nice. Have you seen something manifest other than shadows? Well, yeah, I've seen gray mists. I've seen balls of light. I mean, I've seen things with glowing eyes, red eyes, and yellow glowing eyes, and I've seen horn things. I mean, whatever you imagine, I've pretty much seen it. Nice, Lori. Please leave a comment. Give a thumbs up to the video about Annabelle. That was in the real Annabelle doll in the Warren Museum. We were using SPI, our software in there, and the spirit box. The EVPs were nuts. It's a 15-minute video. Go check it out after this. Or yeah, well, I'll be kind of snowed in tomorrow here, so I'm gonna work on a video all day, and then I'll do a live stream at night. I've been very busy. Do you notice any correlation with more spirit activity when it's foggy outside? It's possible. I think we kind of think about it ourselves. I agree, Haunted by Haunted. Not that I'm aware of, Paul. So I do believe that the moon phases affect paranormal activity. A lot of paranormal researchers and myself believe that water is a conduit to paranormal energy. And you think about most of the planet is water. Now, what does the moon do to the water? With the tides. I think there's a huge connection, profound connection there, to why some nights it'll be super active and the activity's crazy, and then another night it won't be as crazy. I do believe there's a connection to that. Well, I would consider skinwalkers or jinns potentially demonic. There's just different names, different cultures for them. What is the craziest thing that I've ever seen while investigating? I don't know. I've seen doors slam. I've seen objects thrown. I've seen glowing eyes. I mean, I've been scratched. I mean, I helped a girl that was possessed, and she spoke in different languages to me. Um, she hissed at me over the phone when I put a cross up to the phone without her seeing me. I mean, I've seen all sorts of evil, creepy things, man. Is the whole Warren investigation live on YT? Yes, Heather, it is. It's on my YouTube. Just click the link on the TikTok profile. It'll take you right there. I just posted the video tonight. Leave a comment. Appreciate it. The thumbs up. It's a 15-minute video. I don't know that movie. Well, the Banshee thing I think is connected to the snake serpent thing because that's what it forms into. It shows itself as a woman in a white dress and she's dancing around, but then the face turns into this like dark-eyed fang thing, and it's the thing with red eyes. It's really something that wears a dark hood. I've seen it many times in visions. Um, a lot of people get attacked. Some attachments with them, and also between all these places I investigated. There's a spirit who's the most powerful and dangerous. He is called. Interesting, Jordan. Do you think all the 411 missing people were taken by entities or Bigfoots? Not all of them. But hey, man, anything's possible. Do you classify what you see when you document your experiences? I just consider them whatever type of energies, according to, the research, the investigation, and then combination of my intuitive ability. England investigations have a lot of colored orbs, blue. Yeah, I was talking about that before, Hecbus. I believe the different colors are representation of the type of spirit it is: angry, sad, evil. Um, Shannon wanted to know what got me in investigating the paranormal. I was trying to prove to a friend of mine. I was waitering at a restaurant that goes for real. Went to a local cemetery. Had an urban legend, and had my first EVP of a little girl. The little girl spirit followed me home, and 2, 3 weeks later, saw a shadow of the little girl at the corner of my bed. And then I started going out and wanting to have experiences. Yes, I've been to many families' homes trying to help them. Do you think skinwalkers are more dangerous than spirits? Well, it depends what like skinwalkers really are and what the interpretation is. Um, if they're evil spirits, then obviously, yeah, you know. Caleb, do you think I have a photo of my grandson with reddish orbs near him. They could be angry spirits. They're typically like angry spirits from what I've read and also experienced. It's on. Yes. I prayed for a spirit too, as I always do in the Warren Museum. Got great validation about helping someone. Shiri, how we doing? Glynis, thanks for the follow. AI technology is going to really diminish paranormal research soon. Everyone will just label any good video. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much already there with CGI before, but I know what you mean. That's why I say these days it's more about your firsthand experience than having someone else tell you it is. That's why I do what I like about live streams. When you guys see it at firsthand in real time, not just edited and thrown in your face. I've seen about the Tesla cars. Yep. Sean, have you ever counted any aliens or any types of paranormal by accident while investigating? I have seen some questionable things in the sky throughout the years. I remember I was driving down to Miami with my buddy, and we took turns driving. We never stopped, and it was so funny because it was actually towards this direction down here. Because I used to live in New York, originally from there, and both saw this spinning light thing in the middle of the sky. We were surrounded by big forest area, and it said the next stop was Doswell, not Roswell, but Doswell. And I just had to sit to myself. I'm like, really? But yeah, there was a couple little weird things. Hello from San Antonio. Yeah, definitely, Brent. Wonder why some people is rating them asking for water. Huh. Sins, how we doing? I was around the back in your early Periscope days, Greg and Phil. Oh gosh, yeah. Some hilarious times. Yep. I know, dude. Those were the days. I miss Periscope. Oh damn, Marlene. Marlene just wondering why I live in this country. What's the most horrifying thing I've ever discovered? Oh, nice, Dunphy. I don't know. What's the creepiest thing you can imagine that you would witness or see? And I'll tell you if I've experienced it because I've experienced a lot of stuff that's pretty bad. I know it's pretty cold here in North Carolina too. Cheery. Hello from Indonesia, Cultura TV. Sorry to hear about your brother, Glennace. He may be transitioned, and it's when it's the right time, it's the right time. The easiest way you can communicate with your loved ones is before you go to bed. You ask them out loud to come visit you in a dream because it's the easiest way spirits can communicate with us when our mind is completely open. And when you're sleeping, your rational mind is asleep. Spirits know this, including your loved ones. I perform exorcism rituals on locations, not people, but I am a demonologist, yes. That would have to be a priest, but I can do an exorcism ritual for a demonic infestation. I did work on a cold case before, yeah. I've worked with the police before. I've seen demonic spirits, but I don't know if it would be really different than a skinwalker. I don't know. When investigating, is it easy to tell a spirit if it's good or evil? With my intuitive ability, yes. Um, Definitely different energy, Gloria. What demon had interest you about learning the most? I think the demonic stuff really fascinated me in the beginning. It was the taboo corner, the paranormal, and it just interests me a lot. Because that's one of the craziest activity that would actually take place too. What do you think about demons' objective? They pretend to be loved ones. What do they get out of it? Because they're trying to lure you in. They're trying to get invited into your life so they can wreak havoc, so they can get energy from the suffering and ultimately make an example out of you as a human being. Because the whole reason why they were sent down here is why they fought God over the creation of man. They don't want to worship a creature that has no higher knowledge. That is literally the reason why they fought God and the angels. So they want to make an example out of you and make you suffer because you are the reason that they were sent out of heaven. Thank you, Rivik. Have a good night. Have you ever had a dream about an Indian with a half a face? And then, no, not. I've seen Native American spirits before, but not like that. You went on a ghost tour and affected you. Oh, no problem, Chrissy. Thank you. Demonology is wild, but it's honestly important because this world is very spiritual. That's right. Aloha. Nice. What was your worst experience with a ghost? Um, I don't know. I mean, being oppressed by an evil spirit's no walk in the park. I'd probably say oppression. If you don't have a deeper understanding of how these things can actually mess with you from a psychological, emotional, spiritual, and physical perspective, that's where you can get yourself into serious trouble because they can ultimately make you want to do something that would be harmful to yourself or others, and you don't want that. And that's the most dangerous element of the paranormal is how they can affect you and influence you without you knowing that there's influence going on from the shadows. How easy, difficult is it for them to possess? Well, they try to break you down emotionally, psychologically, to the point where I think inadvertently in your head you kind of like give in. They're trying to like egg you on to say, just take me over. And then I think it would happen at that point. But, possession is rare, but oppression happens a lot. Hello from Brazil. Guys, make sure to give me a sub or follow if you're new. I'm live typically every week doing paranormal investigations. I'm just doing a little chat here about the paranormal here tonight. Some people had wanted me to do it, and I wanted to answer some people's questions. Do you have a place you've been that makes you hesitate going back because it was so negative? There was one place, Mandy, but I did want to go back, but now you can't even go back anymore. It was Revenant Acres in Indiana. I wrote about it in my first book, Shadow Chaser, that I published about my paranormal experiences. Um, Definitely thing tried to possess me. I felt half my body going to pins and needles, and there were two other people that were possessed at that location. There's even a video on YouTube of the person being possessed at that location. If you type in Revenant Acres possession, Amy, thank you for the sub. Um, and I was with two other people, colleagues of mine. They're investigating the paranormal for 30 years, and we left that night because the whole house shook and it was trying to possess all three of us. Um, it was a really messed up place. It's a combination, Kaylee. It's kind of like you walk outside and you interact with human beings. There's good and bad, mean and happy people, just like ghosts. Just by watching your live, I'm inviting anything. No, you're okay, Sky. That video is crazy. That dude had just fell flat on his face. Which video are you talking about? What's your favorite place to investigate? I'm gonna tell you, my favorite places to investigate are brand new locations that I've never been to before, because it's that unknowing, not knowing what you're gonna encounter. It's not like you've been there before. So like when you keep going back to the same places, like it still can be different, but it's really exciting when it's a brand new place to me. Welcome from Oklahoma. Many stories, nice. Wherever there's history, follow Messenger. Yes, Gloria. There's a place in Shreveport, Louisiana. Louisiana is haunted for sure. I'd never been to the Stanley Hotel, but I've been at the Shanley Hotel. Wrote about that in my book and was in a documentary about that. When there's millions of flies in only in one room, it means when somebody got possessed and learned from Sam and Kobe. Well, if there's flies in a room and it's not rational why they're there, that comes from like the Amityville story, because it was middle of the winter and there were a bunch of St. Augustine. What's up, Jen? I am a little tired. I've been a busy boy the last couple of months. That's why I'm glad I'm home for the next 2 weeks before I go to Gettysburg, and I'll be live streaming for you guys in Gettysburg for a few days. I just want to go to the gym like every day, work on some videos while I'm here because I've been nonstop. I have seen objects fly around, doors slamming. You know, I've been pulled out of my bed by my ankle. You're welcome to come to Colorado. Take it. Oh, thank you, poor shop. Not in New Mexico, no. Have I investigate Queen Mary? No, it's on my list though. I drove to it, but never went inside. How often do spirits get in your car after an investigation? It definitely happens. I've had some interesting experiences for that along the way. Nice, Ghost Snail. Do you know about famous paranormal investigators Gaurav Tiwari? No, I don't. Where's the most negative place you connected with spirits at? Shh. There's a bunch of places I've been to. A lot of these dark old asylums, and then people go and do rituals, satanic rituals, and things like that. I was just at Whispers Estate recently. Dude, that place was nuts. Like they're definitely doing some crazy witchcraft in that place. Yes, we're going back to the orphanage. That place is really haunted. There's something nasty demonic in that basement. Not good. That's going to be interesting. If you guys are interested in getting one of my books, just go to SeanDaustin.com. I mail out books anywhere in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S., my books are on Emma Zon. Yes, I got pulled by my ankle about a foot. Sometimes when I'm doing dishes, I feel like my cat really ran against my leg, and only when doing dishes, maybe the water was something to do with it. Could be. I definitely used to do them back in the day. Heck, this water. And did you ever have cat pass away? I'm Native American, and I have my own personal experience with demons, paranormal, and miscellaneous experiences. Nice. Audiobooks. Good idea, Gloria. User 13, how are you? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of haunted places in Indiana. Well, likewise, Sherry. Mm. The app is doing okay. Trying to get it out and show all you guys, and we're really working on adding some really amazing new features. And yeah, it's stressful having a new app out, and I'm wanting it to be perfect. So, Chris, what's up, man? Sean, have you ever had any spirits manifest clear in front of you and other people who expect? Yes, I have a story I could tell you. Um, okay. I apologize as I'm telling the story. So I wrote about this in my first book. So really cool story. So first year involved in the paranormal, I went to my cousin's house. It was my cousin's daughter's birthday, and there's about 9 of us in the living room. And my cousin, she's really into the paranormal. She was like, "Do you think Grandma and Grandpa are here?" I'm like, "I don't know." Light starts to flicker, and there's like a Hello Kitty car about this big right in front of us on the floor, and she had Hello Kitty stuff all over the place, and all of a sudden it vrooms by itself at the wheels, and I'm like, it popped in my head. I'm like, maybe that's Grandma or Grandpa. And then I'm like, we asked silently in the room while no one else is paying attention, like, if that's you, Grandma or Grandpa, can you move the car towards your granddaughter's foot? And it moves and it rolls towards her foot. So then we're like, what the hell? So then all of a sudden, like, um, we ask one more time, another time, can you move the car to your other granddaughter's feet and go aim towards her? Now, we're in a circle in a room with 9 people, and all of a sudden the car just backs up, does a 3-point U-turn, and goes and hits her on the foot. And now everybody in the room is like screaming, like, what's going on right now? And like my cousin's husband's a skeptic, and he's like, come on, where's the battery with this thing? They go to get the battery, and the batteries are not even in the remote, it's still in the plastic of this toy. So one more time, we decide, Grandma and Grandpa, if that's truly you, can you make the car and aim it towards your son, who's my uncle? Now, mind you, it's aimed this way in a circle of 9 people. It starts to back up by itself. Everyone in the room starts screaming. It backs up and then aims right towards my Uncle Jim's foot and hits him on the foot. He gets up and he goes, I need another drink. And my cousin's husband sat there and is like, I don't even know what to say. He had no answer. He had no answer. He was completely baffled. And it was very enjoyable to see someone who is very super skeptical. And that's what I try to say. When you witness something firsthand that you have no rational explanation for it, that's why we call it the unexplained. And when you have an experience like that, like myself, that's the types of experiences that will get me to be drawn into the paranormal. And it's why I'm passionate about the paranormal with experiences like that. It's crazy. And it's interesting, for like 2 weeks after that, the Hello Kitty car was spinning around the room doing circles and stuff like that for like a week or two after, and then it just stopped. It was just so weird. But I mean, for that card to actually move in numerical order to each person in a circle of 9 people in a room, there's just no damn way for that to be normal. I'm originally from New York, and now I live in Wilmington, North Carolina. Is Whispers more haunted than Randolph? I think it's different. There's like magic going on in that place, and it's just a little different, but they're both very haunted places. Have you met anyone that ever had a near-death experience seemed to come back as a different person? I'm a believer in reincarnation, but not someone who believed that. I mean, I've had some dreams of being somebody from another life. Cody, how we doing? Hope you got decent night's sleep. Thank you, appreciate it. Do you think spirits do this because they can, or because someone like you being in the room, they need your energy? if they're human spirits, they haven't let go of the life that they once lived. So they need help. They're trapped within themselves, energetically, consciously, or something's trapping them, or they want justice for their passing, or they were not a great person in life, and they just are scared of judgment. It's a many diversified amount of reasons. Um, but they want help. They don't they you know the only thing that I think, in my opinion, is that Native American spirits, they loved this earth. They loved nature. They're very spiritual people, and I feel like a lot of their souls kind of just hang out and just love this place so much that they just sit there in the back and not really say much, a lot of them. But I can appreciate that. I mean, I being a spiritual person, you really want to be around nature, and it's very calming. It's good for grounding and stuff. And like I said, they were, very spiritual people back in the day. They were ahead of their time, spiritually speaking, with their experiences and being open to that stuff. So, um, it's a little bit different than like your average human spirits. Sure, Kaylee. Have you been to Haunted Hotel in Jeremy, Arizona? No. Do you think you will move back to come to Connecticut? I really like being by the beach. I like less winter. I was down in Florida a couple days ago and like 65 and sunny. I was like, ugh, I can't stand the winter, man. But I travel so much anyways, like I'll end up seeing the winter anyways. But the more I can consolidate the cold weather, I mean, I'm only 15 minutes away from beautiful ocean, and it's just, oh, I don't know. I always wanted to live by the beach. Yes, it does, Gloria. Have I ever experienced succubus? Yes, I have. Where did you investigate in Mississippi? I did the house in between. We did that recently. I gotta get to the West Coast and investigate. Yeah, I know. I haven't been out there in a while. All that crazy stuff going on out there in California. It's sad. Um, Food porn on the beach. That's right, Hackbus. Um, you get a chance to Google the tunnel in Tennessee? No, there's a lot of haunted tunnels in the states. I definitely ready for spring and summer. Right there with you. Are ghosts real? To me, they're as real as my next breath of oxygen. It's not even a question of believing anymore. It's a knowing. Yes or no? Does everybody in the chat say yes or no? Do you know about the video I just posted about being in the museum with the real Annabelle doll and some crazy stuff that happened? Well, please go to my YouTube. If you're on TikTok, click the link in my TikTok profile or just type in Sean Austin Paranormal. Watch the video, leave a comment. Appreciate giving a thumbs up. Um, the AVPs and the stuff I got with the SRSPI app and the Spirit Box is pretty wild. It's a 15-minute video. Watched it. Below zero. Oof, you can keep that. Sounds good, Steph. Oh, you're New Orleans? Yeah. My friend Amy, who was just with me, lives in New Orleans. She said um there's snow going on there. Thank you for the sub, Slime. Appreciate it. Sure, Kaylee. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow too here. Washington State. Yes, we filmed an episode in the Washington State, Seattle area for Ghost Loop for Travel Channel back in 2019, 2019. But that was the only place I think I investigated. Oh, and I investigated my friend's museum It had like a tunnel in it. I forget the name of it. Spooked in Seattle. Oh, you're in Washington right now? Nice. Oh wow, Mandy. I'm going to Gettysburg in a couple of weeks. You have a spirit that's appearing at the ranch. Nice. Did y'all catch the whistleblower info drop confirming my economy? Nice. Yes, I've been to like nursing homes and asylums. I do have a video I'm going to be editing that I did live stream weeks ago. It was a brand new location. It was very interesting. I had very cool stuff come through. I have a lot of editing to do to put together for some stuff I'm going to post on the channel. Make sure, guys, you turn on live notifications for the channel. Saxbridge, been there many times. Does anybody live in the North Carolina area? If anyone's interested, I'm doing an event at a haunted battleship right here in town at the USS North Carolina the end of April. If anyone's interested, shoot me a message. I'll give you the info. There's going to be investigation, public investigation. There's going to be vendor tables and stuff. I've been to many very haunted places. A lot of the asylums that really trip me out. Nice, Cody. Yes, Ian, yes. Beaufort, South Carolina, nice. Nice, Yonkers Farm. Yeah, just send me a message on Insta. My Insta is Sean D. Austin, Sean, D as in David, Austin. Yes, remote viewing does happen to me. It's been happening to me more and more. Nice, Lemmy. I do believe in other life and other planets, yeah. Some of the spirits are definitely like they're still part of the asylum, like it's still open and they still have those issues. It's pretty wild. I'm a little sleepy. There's definitely something here with me right now, too. I'm seeing something in the corner of my eye, but it's not a shocker. I am a little tired. Yeah. I know I need a few days of just going to the gym and not like being on the road for a gazillion hours and constantly bouncing around all these crazy haunted places. Yep, Jennifer. Yeah. I've been to the Whaley House. I never investigated it though. It was like before I even really started getting into the paranormal. Yes, people with addiction problems, you lower your vibration, makes you more susceptible to the lower vibrational entities, the dark and negative ones. Yep. Oh wow, Kaylee. That's creepy. I've been to Bobby Mackey's like 5 or 6 times, Bradley. I did do a quick little 10-minute video after the building was knocked down. I'm gonna post that too. Yeah, that was creepy. Heck this. How does one avoid the dark negative ones? You can't really avoid them. If you're going to a place, how do you really know if it's there or not? You know, you're taking that risk. You know, it's like you're walking into a club and like there's a bunch of nice people, but like there might be a few that are not really nice. What's up, Mike? My name is Sean. Welcome. What's the best place you investigate in Chicago? Well, I investigated a really beautiful bed and breakfast for Ghost Loop in Illinois. I forget the name of it. It's beautiful. I always pray for spirits to try to help them cross. If you watch my live streams from now on, you'll see that. I wish, Kaylin. I really don't know how to do that. Thank you, Fergie's mom. Do the owners of places you visit get upset that you pray for them to cross? There are some locations that don't like that, which is very weird. I wouldn't want that karma, you know? I mean, it's not like the place is going to be not haunted anymore just because like a soul, or it's not like you're forcing them to go. When I do it, I pray and I give them the opportunity to kind of find peace if they have the courage to go. Um, yeah, I mean, there is some locations that do that. Um, but I try to respect that if I'm aware of it. Oh, thank you too. Gotcha, yogers. Um, my mom always had thought she had a visitor in her house. I think it's been my dad all these years. Could be, but I think people also always assume it's a loved one because they feel a presence, but doesn't mean it's always that. Oh, thank you, Diane. Appreciate that. I'd love to do the White House. That'd be amazing. All right, so why don't we do this, guys? We'll do a few EVPs, and then I'll call it. And then tomorrow night I'll do an investigating stream tomorrow because I'm gonna be snowed in. It seems why. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, B3. All right. Who is the shadow of the man I saw standing in the doorway of my bedroom last night when I was sleeping? I just heard someone say, "Damn you." Who's angry? All right. Let's see.
the doorway of my bedroom last night when I was sleeping.
If you can slam the door, go right ahead.
I just heard someone say, "Damn you."
What the hell's that noise? What? You are the only one? It's not like you are the only one.
Who's angry?
Oh, who's angry? Watch me.
Who's angry? Who's angry? Who's angry?
Oh my god. You hear the woman like gasping? What the freak? What the that is so loud. Dude, that is a woman gasping. What the freak? What in the freak, dude? That is so freaking loud. Yeah, crying and gasping. What? Dude, that woman's voice is so freaking loud. It was like, yeah, it was like she was suffocating or something. You be sleeping at the hotel tonight? Here, I'll do one more. Again, guys, for any reason you're new, make sure you give me a sub or a follow. I'm live every week doing paranormal investigations. Kind of just doing this impromptu. But I'm going to do a live investigation tomorrow. Kind of was just doing more of a chat tonight, but I'm going to do one more EVP. Yeah, this is my place. Oh, that was a long time ago. Sorted out. No, that's not there. Who is the woman just gasping that I just heard? You need any assistance, ma'am? Oh, I'm tired. I actually did a workout. I worked on that video all day, and then came on here, jump on with all you. Had to go to the supermarket. I had no food in my place because I've been gone for so long. And then snow is coming tomorrow, so gonna work on this video tomorrow. Another video for the channel. All right, let's listen to this.
Who was the woman just gasping that I just heard?
Thank you, Peter. No problem, Lee. I don't know, pork chop. Feel better, Yoggers. Thank you, Sherry.
You need any assistance, ma'am?
What? I'm Madeline? Madeline. That's what I think it says. Here, Cookie. There's always a female spirit around. Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. So, guys, make sure to go check out the Annabelle video I just posted inside the Warren Museum with the real Annabelle doll using the SPI software and Spirit Box. Please leave a comment, give a thumbs up to it. Check it out. It's a 15-minute video. Insane EVPs and responses. Hello, Montana from the UK. Lori, have a good night. Thank you, Sherry. And I'm going to be working on another video tomorrow, see if I can finish that and post another one, and I'll do another live stream. I'll do investigating one tomorrow. We'll do like See what we get. I might be snowed in here with the spirits tomorrow night, so not bad. How about yourself? Shiri, thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'll try to do these, on and off. Melodic. Have a good night. No problem, Andy. Thank you. Thank you, Kaylin. Yeah, pretty wild. Yep, Gloria. Indeed. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Make sure if you're new, give me a sub or a follow. Thanks, guys, for giving this video a thumbs up and the sharing and all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Sounds good. Appreciate you all. As always,